watching Dukascopy TV. I'm Elaine Stenson and I'm joined in the studio now by Jean-François Owczarczak, a director with Management Joint Trust. He's here with me now to discuss the currency markets. Jean-François, we'll start with the euro-dollar.
Hi Elaine, thanks for having me back.
No problem.
We're on our Finagraph's website on the Dukascopy directory, and instead of going to the broad directory today, I decided to set up a private list or private selection of what we're going to have a look at. That allows us also to post the future of the S&P and the future of the 30-year bond to try to gain a bit of more of a perspective.
Okay.
So let's go into private selections. I've named the list A for Dukas. And here you can see that we have the currencies with the source Dukascopy, and we've added from our own source the S&P 3 months future and the 30 years bonds future. As all Dukascopy items, we have the scalper and super scalpers view, which are intra-hour and which are live. With our usual coverage, we go down to 4 minutes, which is delayed. Okay. So let's look at the very long-term views, so the weeklies. And you were asking about the euro.
The euro-dollar.
So the euro-dollar is here, and we're going to click on it to see the investor's view. So investor's view is 3 frequencies put into perspective. The 1 which is a weekly, the 2 which is a daily, and the 3 which is an hourly.
Yeah.
And so you find these 3 time horizons below in these 3 time boxes: weekly, daily, hourly. And basically at the moment you could see that the weekly is in a bull, the daily is in a bull, and the hourly is in a bear. Well, the bull, usually to be strong, needs to be accompanied by a positive target. The targets are these beams that you see here. And so if we press on it, there's no target at the moment, which basically means that our target algorithm and the trend algorithm are not synchronized. So it's the early stages of a bull, and the machine is still indecisive at where the trend is going. So we would call it a very early bull on the euro. Okay. And go to the daily to get a better sense of direction. Now on the daily you're also in a bull, and here you have a target, and this target could lead you up to the 137, 140 level, and that is over the next few months. At the moment we're not in exaggeration yet, so that target is possible. However, over the shorter term and the hourly, you're in a correction down. It's a very flattish correction, and you would respect the daily trend as long as you don't make it below our corrective targets. Okay. That means as long as you stay above these corrective targets, you're only in a correction. And so the key figures to watch are the 130, 155 here. As long as you stay above that, the uptrend that you see on the daily is still in place. So I just wanted to now focus back on the mosaic. Yeah. And I've put different assets into perspective here. Okay. And so this is a weekly, a long-term chart. But as you can see, as we said, the euro is in the early stages of a bull, or in only a correction up. So it's not a strong bull yet. However, the Australian dollar is still heading down, and the pound is also still heading down in a correction down. This historically some correlation between gold and the euro dollar, yeah. And the euro dollar is also heading down and gold is still heading down quite aggressively. So in that respect, the only one which is really trying to make a new move up is the euro dollar. And so in that respect, we would watch it quite carefully, because it could be a false signal. So on the cable, well, the cable is still in what we call a correction down. So the envelopes are still heading down, hence a bear. It is correcting down since 2011. And it really isn't an aggressive move down, but has almost made it a few times. You would really need to go on a weekly basis below 148 to create a strong momentum down over the next few quarters. But it's not a very comfortable situation, and so watch out for these levels if we make it back down below them. Now in the meantime, we're in a correction up. That means that since the month of July, the euro has been correcting up. It's still only a correction in a long-term downtrend, as we just seen, and we really need to make it above 156.86 to create a stronger move and to cast out over this bear trend that we see on the weeklies. On the hourlies, cable is still heading up. Yeah. It's slowly getting towards the end of its potential, and hence there's quite a lot of resistance here between the upper end of the corrective targets here and the upper end of the impulsive targets here. So basically cable is getting towards strong resistance. If it was to go through it, you would probably be able to cast out over the long-term downtrend, but it will probably need a lot of strength to make it above. These two trends, dollar Swiss and euro dollar, are cast into doubt for now by dollar yen, which is still quite strong, and we think the move is not finished. And so if we look here, dollar yen is in an uptrend. It still has quite a lot of potential over the next few quarters. We have a target between 102 and 111. On the dailies, the correction has been very subdued, quite flat. And as long as we stay above 93.20, we're still in a long-term uptrend on dollar yen. And if we were able to make it above 98.70 again, then we would reinitiate the uptrend and dollar yen should strengthen again. Okay. So there's a lot of uncertainties for now. Basically, euro dollar is quite flattish and seems to be slowly getting up to some important resistance, as is cable. Dollar Swiss is still flat. Dollar yen is still strong, and so in that respect, it's an unclear situation on currencies at the moment.
Okay, and do you think that's down to the time of year that it is at the moment?
It's been a very dull summer for currencies.
Oh. That's better though, isn't it?
It could be better than, for assets in general, it could be better than the problems that we have, for example, in the summer of 2011.
When things are more volatile.
Where things are much more volatile.
Yeah.
But we're expecting a lot of news from the Fed. There's a lot of expectation on renewed growth in Europe. Nothing's very clear yet, so in that respect, it's kind of a status quo for now.
Okay, great.
Just wanted to conclude on equity markets.
Yep.
We think they're still up. Been bullish on them since last year. We think there's probably a nice little intermediate top that has been done here at the beginning of July, no, at the beginning of August, sorry. We're in a correction that doesn't seem quite finished, but the daily and the weeklies are still good. We would most likely see a top towards the end of September, early October.
Jean-François, thank you for joining us. And that's all we have time for now, but do check back later for further updates and interviews from the Dukascopy TV team. Bye for now.